Well, good afternoon, viewers all around the world, wherever you might be, and welcome here to Olympic Park in Heidelberg for this WNPL Round 8 match between Heidelberg United and Box Hill United. Let's run through the teams first of all. For Heidelberg this afternoon, number 1 in the goal, as usual, is Christine Fanua. Number 2, Monica Fanua, and number 3, Lisa Fanua. Then we've got number 4 is Elizabeth Robers. Number 5, Ellie Torre. Number 7, Stephanie Galea. Number 6, Rebecca Saber. Number 9, Melissa Garcia, the sharpshooter up front. Number 10, Sydney Allen. Number 12, Daniela Galuccio. And number 15, Bridie Sarish. On the bench, number 8, Holly Balderston. And number 11, Emma Langley. Number 18, Ellen Turner. And number 21 is Mia Mossman. And number 22 on the bench today, Samantha Black. Representing Box Hill, we've got in goal Alyssa Dal Oste. Number 3, Olivia Ellis. Number 5, Emma Hubbard. Number 6, Grace Norbury. Number 7, Asuka Kakazu. Number 10, Safri Lyons. Number 11, Elena Vatke. Number 12 is Natasha Dakic. Number 13, Mia Lantieri. Number 15 is Hayley Gertz. And number 20, Maya Markovsky. Now, there's a famous name in Victorian football. On the bench for Box Hill today is Adeline Ayton. Number 4, Rhiannon Fensom. Number 18, Erin Kite. And number 19, Caitlin Storey. We're into round 8 now, and Heidelberg United nicely nestled in 4th, but need to keep up their winning ways of the last few weeks. Went down in a gripping match a fortnight ago to Calder, but bounced back beautifully last week, whereas last week Box Hill were beaten at home by South Melbourne. I think that was 4-2. Now, joining me here in the salubrious commentary box of the Western Stand here at Olympic Park, we've got the wonderful, effervescent Kat Smith. What's your take on this afternoon, Kat?
Hi, thanks Tim. Great to be here. Look, Heidelberg may have had a little bit of a shock last round going down early to NTC, but what a great game for them to bounce back, putting plenty of goals in the net. And we know midweek they were able to topple over their opponents in the Nike FC Cup, so they're in good form. Box Hill, on the other hand, as you mentioned, against South Melbourne, found it quite difficult to hold much of the possession. Did have some joy with Vatchki down the left-hand side. Let's hope she, as we have kick-off, let's hope she's as dangerous on the park as she was last week.
Thanks very much, Kat. So Box Hill are kicking off and heading to the northern end of the ground, and that's into the wind. Now, the wind doesn't compare to how it was a couple of weeks ago, but there is still a bit of a breeze. So with their first foray down the right wing, and that's a good challenge in the air there by Maya Markovsky, and putting an early pressure on the Heidelberg defence. And Mayer's managed to get across it, and it's 1-0 to Box Hill United straight off the bat. We've been playing less than a minute, and things always seem to kick off pretty quick down here. What do you make of that, Kat?
Well, first correction I'll make is Vatchki's going down that right-hand side for Box Hill, and you can see how dangerous she is putting that early ball into the box. Great work by Maya, as you said, just contesting. And Emma Hubbard there in the right place, right time to pick up the scraps and beat the goalkeeper 1v1. Here we go, 1-0 to Box Hill early on.
So this is Heidelberg's first batch of possession. Sydney Allen drifting out to the right there and giving away the throw-in. Box Hill now really need to settle. They would have come here as underdogs. They've got a goal in the first couple of minutes. They're not going to be able to defend for 89, so they need to just keep their control, and Heidelberg better wake up. And here's Maya Markovsky again, controlling things down the left. Back to Ellis, who picks out Markovsky again. And a solid challenge to win the ball by Sydney Allen. To Ella Torre, who goes the long ball up. And good work by Olivia Ellis, just to slow down the play and break up the attack.
Yeah, bright start for Maya this week. She struggled last week against South Melbourne, so it's good to see her get a few touches on ball early on. Dangerous ball into the box by Heidelberg, cleared away.
So Box Hill build again, this time down the right side. Into Safri Lyons into the middle, who passes it back. Little niggly challenge there on Asuka Kakazu. Siraj there working down the left wing, a new addition to this Heidelberg United side, and causing trouble already. A cool head has prevailed there for Box Hill United, and he comes across in, and here's Mayer again. Mayer Markovsky just loses out this time, but that's a terrific ball through by Norbury, and it falls again to Hubbard. We'll pass it out left to Lyons. No, it's gone out right to Vatke, who puts in another cross. Christine Fanua looked a little at sixes and sevens with that one. Not sure whether to come for it or not, but it's been mopped up nicely. And here comes Stephanie Galea down the right, and we know the trouble she can cause, but tied it up nicely. Here's Kakazu. Out to Lyons, but intercepted beautifully by Ellie Torres. So Ellis goes the optimistic ball forward, trying to pick out Hubbard, but tidily mopped up. Gertz plays in Markovsky, who's looking for support down that right wing, but it's a vacant parking lot down there at the moment. Markovsky nicely looked up there, looking for someone running down that right flank, but the Box Hill players were conspicuous solely by their absence.
They were indeed, and surprisingly so. You can see there's 5 or 6 Heidelberg players in their own box at the moment, so Box Hill are getting a fair bit of joy in the midfield with possession, and if they don't sort it out, unfortunately for Box Hill offside there, but you can see they've got opportunities to face forward and play forward to those runners, particularly down that right-hand side. So watching Heidelberg at the moment, that's something they'll need to sort out before they concede again.
It certainly is. We saw that cross come in from the right-hand side across the front of Christine Fanua. It wouldn't have taken a lot if there was a Box Hill United player, and with the likes of Markovsky and Hubbard, you can't afford that space.
Not at all, and we see again down that right-hand side really troubling Heidelberg at the moment, and Heidelberg, it's like you said, 6 and 7s at the moment, so they just need to regather their shape and composure there, and when they're clearing the ball, be able to find their outplays and maintain some possession through their middle third.
Yeah, they're looking for their leaders at the moment. That was a nice intervention there by Elizabeth Robers, and just to break up the attack a little bit, but it's led to a corner. So Kakazu over the corner. And it's right on the spot, and Hubbard gets ahead to it and unfortunately sails over the bar, but certainly brave there in the air, and was determined to get first touch.
We saw last week against South Melbourne, Box Hill had a lot of opportunity to put the ball into the 18-yard box from set pieces, so maybe something they've continued to work on this week. But for Heidelberg now, they need to build up and maintain some possession here, rather than just give it away to Box Hill, who seem to be commanding the middle third at the moment.
They do, with your coaching experience, Kat. Is it too early, as the Heidelberg coach say, we're not doing something right, let's just tweak something, or let it settle for another 5 minutes?
Oh, you understand that the game won't really settle in the first 15 minutes. players are working each other out in terms of the opposition. Whether it's nerves or not. We did mention pre-game how important this game is, although it is only round 8, but the table seems to be splitting already. So teams need to pick up points in these early stages to stay attached to the top 4.
So here's Hubbard in a 50-50 there with Monica Whanua. The ball's come through to Box Hill, and that's a bit of a ping from distance there. It wasn't a million miles away, but Box Hill are making their intentions perfectly clear in this first 15 minutes. Box Hill sits 7th or 8th in the table, so it's not too late for them to make a run. And you mentioned they signed a new player in the week. Can you tell me about her a little bit?
Yeah, it was on Facebook yesterday. Beth Mason-Jones, goalkeeper. As you know, she's played at Calder and South Melbourne. She puts the gloves on again after a season with Melbourne Victory behind Casey Dumont. So she'll be keen and raring to go behind between the sticks. Natasha Daddick, normally a solid defender, streaming forward and again causing Heidelberg some problems. So, Beth had some surgery, I know, over what would be the W League off-season. Recently signed for Box Hill, so it'll be good to see her back out in the park.
Terrific. But Alyssa Dalosta has the shirt at the moment, so she's going to earn a spot. So another terrific cross-in from Box Hill, this time mopped up by Torre, and here's Stephanie Galea, and this is the pressure they're under. She's almost picked that up at the byline, Stephanie Galea, but she's found some good space there, and here comes Melissa Garcia, sorry. Just couldn't quite shake Natasha Dakic there. And here they come again, Box Hill. And another free kick on the right flank for Box Hill. Over the wonderful eastern stand there. This time the ball's bounced Heidelberg United's way, so now they can just settle and try and start to build something. Here's Sydney Allen, picks up the ball in the middle of the park and rolled it through nicely, but once again mopped up beautifully by the Box Hill defence. They found Markovsky again moving down the right. This time she's got runners in front of her. That was an ambitious ball to Emma Hubbard, who can't quite get there, and Whanua tidies up and looks over to her fellow defender with a little bit of exasperation there, which is a little concerning this early in the game, particularly for a side that's flying and playing so well. So here's Ellis. She's got Gertz in space to her left and finds her nicely, plays the first time pass, and almost a terrific 1-2 there, which would have opened up the left wing nicely. But the second pass was just out of pace. Gertz challenging again. Here's Torre. Sydney Allen pops it out right to Torre, and Torre's got a terrific ball into the box and nicely tied it up again by Mia Lantieri. We know the weapons that the Warriors have in Galea and Garcia and Sydney Allen building, but also Torre can really move forward nicely, and that creates that bit of extra space for Galea. And what's happened here is one of Torre's forays forward there has resulted in a corner, with Sydney Allen stood over the ball now. It's a nice corner attacking. Oh, I think that was Melissa Garcia. And scored a goal very similar to that against Geelong Galaxy 4 weeks ago, where she attacked that ball beautifully and headed it into the top corner. Results in another corner with Sydney Allen stood over the ball again. Oh, that's a terrific effort there by Bridie Suruj. So Bridie, a reasonably new addition to Heidelberg United in the last couple of weeks. What do you know about her, Kat?
Yeah, Bridie Siri came through the Victorian Schoolgirls competition in a year that the Victorian girls were able to win the Pan Pacific Games up in across Adelaide a couple of years ago, and we've already seen her exploits today, how far she can be. So definitely, like you were mentioning, some weapons earlier for the Warriors. She's certainly one of them. For Heidelberg, it's a matter of being able to provide her with some service, and I can see already sort of Garcia's isolation there this afternoon, and for someone who's already scored 12 goals and will be looking to hunt down the likes of Catherine Zinnerman, who's leading the goal scoring foray at 15 from Calder, she'll be certainly looking to get some better service from her teammates this afternoon to remove this deficit and get them on level pegging, but to be able to get the win for the Warriors today.
I think Garcia can take heart as well that Calder have already played Southern United, whereas Heidelberg United haven't. So that 3-goal deficit is certainly in reach. It's too early to be calling the boot just yet. So again, we see Box Hill controlling it and building play from their back half. Ellie Torre picks up the ball for the throw-in. Picks out Galea, bypasses Sydney Allen, and Kakazu there getting involved in the 50-50 ball. Olivia Ellis picks out Daloste. Olivia Ellis again, and they're building nicely down this left side with Ellis and Lantieri. That one just a little bit big for Emma Hubbard to chase down. Torre again with the throw, finds Sydney Allen. And another throw-in. I just feel Heidelberg building a little bit of pressure here.
Yeah, Coach Bill Mialutis off his seat now, and you can see if you look where Heidelberg's back four are now. They've pushed up a lot higher. They were so deep, at least another 20 yards deep. You can see now the amount of pressure that's then applying to Box Hill, and yeah, unfortunately there for Heidelberg. Garcia wasn't able to chase that loose ball down, but with that pressure results in another corner for Heidelberg.
The Heidelberg defenders, though, with the Fanuas there, I've seen them get caught out pushing up too far. Christine Fanua is the only player in 2/3 of the pitch at the moment. That's how far the Heidelberg defenders have pushed up now. Here's Allen with the cross. It's with the corner. Trying to pick out Garcia again. That seems to be a pretty stock standard set play from the right wing corner with Sydney Allen looking for Garcia, but Box Hill build again. And there's Markovsky picking things up in the middle, pushes it out to the flank, where we see Gertz again. Trying to put in the cross, this time mopped up, but once again they've lost the ball. Here's Markovsky. If she can get a cross over, but no, couldn't quite find the target. And Lines there just brings it back, finds Lines again. And this time it's a Heidelberg United. Better defending, but a little bit of luck from the looser cross by Markovsky. Sydney Allen pushing forward and wins another throw-in. Torre with the throw will look for Galea, as she does, and Galea showing some Paul Gascoigne-esque silky skills there, trying to pop it over her head. Great to see Paul Gascoigne turn out for Tottenham in a testimonial this week as well. So Siri created space, pushed it out to the left there. And that was only inches above the crossbar. So much better signs from Heidelberg United now.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's resulted in the additional pressure they're putting there in the Box Hill's back third. So you can really hear the instructions from the coach on the sideline. High boot ignored, shot on target, held comfortably by the goalkeeper Alyssa Dallas Day.
Great to see Sydney Allen have a bit of a dig there. Now, it was straight at the keeper, but if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle. So, well played. Here's Garcia, moving it down the left again. Couple of 50-50s. Couldn't quite find Siri, who'd found herself a fair bit of space. Here we go again with Siri. Good control. Comes around, and this time it's going to be a corner from the left flank for Heidelberg United. Is this their fourth corner in the last couple of minutes? So the stats are beginning to clock up for Heidelberg United, and they're finding the spot. If you put those corners into that same spot often enough, there'll be a stray knee or an ear or an ankle, and it can fly anywhere.
And again, just for the Box Hill players, just that pressure that's mounting, and it'll come down to an individual error or a breakdown in communication that we'll see Box Hill suffer from that pressure. But relief here as they win the free kick as they're trying to play out their middle third now. So hopefully they can get some numbers forward and maintain some possession in their build-up. Heidelberg turning, I guess, the momentum a little bit there, but yet to sort of reap the reward from all of that pressure early on, I guess, in this game. So we'll see what Box Hill can counterpunch here.
It's beautiful conditions. It's about 22 degrees. A wonderful Sunday afternoon, and what a great way to round off your weekend, I reckon. Well done by Galea there. Almost opened them up. Garcia had drifted across right, but the outcome's a Box Hill throw-in. Couldn't find Hubbard with the throw, but it's come back. And this would be a free kick, slightly obscured from our commentary box as to what happened there. But it looks like Norbury was brought down to create another opportunity for Box Hill, and a second goal would make this teasing, because Heidelberg have got goals in them, but the question's how many. Kikazu with the dead ball again. Clearly their dead ball specialist taking everything at the moment. And that's not a bad ball in there, but nicely mopped up. And Gertz wins the ball back. It's high and wide and not very handsome. Heidelberg begin to build again. Fanua with the longer goal kick. Only picks out Kikazu though, which has resulted in a throw-in to Heidelberg United, coming down the left flank. Oh, and that's a ricochet's fallen to Hubbard. If she can take her time, she gets it out wide to Markovsky, they're queuing up in the middle. That's a terrific run into the middle there by Safri Lyons. It's not a bad cross, but cleared up. But Box Hill first to the ball again. Sydney Allen mopping up. Picks out Torre, who fails to control, meaning Gertz can tidy up. Kikazu begins to build again. It's now Kurtz. And a bit of a hoof there from Sabre. Allen to Torre. Into the middle there to Sabre. Garcia back, trying to win some possession. Sabre out back to Torre. To Sabre. Went left looking for Siri, but mopped up there by Vaki. This Siri comes across, creates a little bit of space and went for goal. Galea and Garcia, runners there if that did come loose, so promising signs again. Here's Sydney Allen winning the ball in the middle of the park. Fanua, Torre, with the half cross, half through ball, just got away from her a little bit. Here's Markovsky again down that flank, and the Heidelberg fullback seem to be becoming more aware of that and getting a little bit wider and closing down that space a little bit.
Yeah, certainly needed to. I think what Heidelberg would need to be mindful of is if their fullbacks do get drawn out, they are dragging one of their centre backs across there to make sure that crossing opportunity is stopped by Box Hill there. But Alana Vacci again on the ball, driving forward, going past that first line, looking to combine Markovsky, loose. I think that was Norbury just putting over the top there. But one thing I've noticed is that both sort of forward lines from both Heidelberg and Box Hill are needing to drop more into the middle. You saw it before with Garcia really vacating her highest position to come and get herself on the ball, which kind of leaves no man's land available for both sort of attacking patterns. So a lot of scrappy play in the middle of the park, and it's, if teams can't clear their lines, either one's going to benefit from that advanced position. Here we see it again, Box Hill able to pick up the ball. A lot of action down this left-hand side for Box Hill. Unable to break lines. Garcia putting on the pressure there and forcing the ball back to Della Costa.
It's scrappy old football at the moment, which will suit Box Hill down to the ground. Sabre in the middle of the park, pushes it out, but turnover again. Here's Markovsky. Hubbard timing her run in the middle. It's gone out right to Vecchi. Here comes Hubbard, comes across to pick up the ball. Got lines in the middle. Takes the time. And that's a terrific run there around the back there by Vatke, but mopped up nicely by Heidelberg.
Yeah, just as I was talking before about that pressure down that left-hand side, or Heidelberg's left-hand side, it's dragging players out. So if you saw there in the box, there was 2v2 for Box Hill. So any sort of delivery into that area, Box Hill's going to have a chance. As they go again, applying that pressure high out the park. Safri Lyons cleaning up there against Galea. Searching for a combination there. And this is where Heidelberg can be really dangerous on the break there with the speed of Bridie Siri. Unfortunately doesn't fall off, but like I said, getting so scrappy there in the middle, both teams need to really work hard in holding possession and building up some more fluent attacking patterns.
Allen finds Siri, who coughs up possession. Good run by Markovsky. Surrounded by the killer bees of Heidelberg United. But another opportunity. That's Olivia Ellis getting involved up there.
Sydney Allen long, searching ball to Galea. Will she have the legs to track it down? She does. Looking in the box for runners. Finds Torre at the top, heavy touch. Brings her into the box though. Great combination. Is the ball any good? Finding the head of the Box Hill defender. Second chance dance. Scalia puts it in. Eventually cleared by Grace Norbury there. Heidelberg opportunity to clean up here. And again, some tiny combinations. Looking much better from Heidelberg playing out from the back. Garcia, better position to on top of the box to sort of build some combination play in the front third. Not coming off that particular occasion. And Box Hill yet again coming down their left-hand side.
Torre. Sabre. Tied it up by Alice, but fell for Box Hill, but couldn't be controlled and out of play for a throw to Box Hill. So Norbury in the middle. Comes back to Dakic. Norbury again. Emma Hubbard comes back to help out and build the attack. Flag's gone up against Markovsky. That looked very close, that offside call. Which is easy to say from about 150 metres away. Sabre picks it up there, but the play's been stopped from that 50-50 there. It was Sydney Allen. I think it might have been Vetke. Vatchke, sorry. And as is the norm, the ball sportingly given back to the Heidelberg United goalkeeper, Christine Fanua. Goes long again and really gets hold of that one. Garcia underneath it, but Kakuza comes across, makes life difficult for her. But Heidelberg have found Siri now. Siri on the wing, taking on Mia Lantieri there. And ultimately, Mia did enough to get the goal kick.
Mia Lantieri, fantastic young prospect, has come through the development programs here in Victoria and TC, and it's really good to see some young players work through their traineeship, if you can call it, in some senior football environments here in the NPLW.
So as we're moving towards the last 10 minutes of this first half, Box Hill United have scored in under a minute and are still holding that 1-0 lead. I think they'll be very happy with their work so far. Just some real concentration required for the next 10 or 15 minutes to make sure they go into the sheds with the clean sheet. Attack going now, back to Fanua, who picks out Torre. Galea in the 50-50 there, but loses out, but wins the throw-in. Torre will take this throw-in. Finds Sabre, Torre. Nice intervention there by Gertz. I've been impressed by Gertz, actually, putting her foot on the ball. That's the through ball from Sabre. Cut out nicely. Emma Hubbard back to Kakazu, sorry. Allen. Goes around Ellis. Allen with the cross. Garcia controls. Oh, and it's a matter of inches wide. It's another corner for Heidelberg United, which we'll see Sydney Allen come over and take. In comes the corner. Lots of heads in the way. Sabre sort of had a go with the outside of the boot. And poor guy. 3 weeks in a row I've seen him in his Daihatsu charade, having to swerve on the South Road there. But promising signs from Heidelberg United. They'll be coming out in the second half, going into the wind. Hines, Torre, oh, that's a good ball, and it's found Galea in a lot of space and offside. It looked too good to be true.
Yeah, it did indeed, and I think that's something that's been lacking from both teams. Everything seems to be forced down the one channel, and then we see when the ball is switched out to a 1v1 in wide areas, there is plenty of space available, and the likes of Galea taking a player on 1v1, you'd back your chances, but on that occasion, offside. But as I was saying earlier, both teams need to look to switch the play a lot earlier than what they're doing. A lot of the play or the action for us in the first half has been on this near side. Box Hill's left side, you see play here again, looking to just force it down this channel against what will be a lot of numbers for Heidelberg. Sydney Allen again picking up the scraps here, composed. Here we see Heidelberg promising attack. Siri coming inside, having the shot seemingly deflected. No, high and wide on that occasion.
It's a number of shots from Heidelberg, but not many on target at this stage. Wonderful control to bring down that ball on the full there by Hubbard. And what a terrific cross, but Christine Fanua's up to that. Safri Lyons there, the skipper for Box Hill, just taking her time and putting a good cross into the middle.
Yeah, good one there with the outside of the foot, and she must be applauded with the efforts that she's showing today, and not only today, but as a skipper last week was the one that really stood up to try and give Box Hill an opportunity to fight back into their game against South Melbourne. The wind picking up here a little bit, we can feel that in our commentary position with our chairs flying across at the moment. We stick with play. Dadic again, a strong positive penetration out of the back third. Unfortunately can't be maintained by Emma Hubbard up top for Box Hill. Really feel this game's on a knife edge just as we're coming into half time. Heidelberg picked up that momentum and have had a couple of shots, but like you said, Tim, not really anything threatening enough.
If it is on a knife edge, I'm sorry to say it's probably a butter knife at this stage. But we shall see. Grace Norbury doing good work there, and it's out to Gertz again, who finds Kakazu. Ultimately wins the throw-in for Box Hill on this left wing. And here's Markovsky again. Well, terrific run there by Karkazu, however, not picked out. And Sydney Allen picks up the ball in her own half, goes back to Whanua, who goes the Cambridge United bomb down the middle, but in this case to no effect whatsoever. Lines again there, getting involved in the middle of the park, but this time it has fallen. Here's Galea. Galea puts in the cross. Oh, and almost repeated her feats of a fortnight ago where she put that from that same position into the top left corner. But this time, Alyssa Dallastak was up to it. Sabre in the middle of the park there, tries to pick out Siri. Markovsky back to goal, holds up the ball to Lantieri. Gertz again, this time loses out, but Galea can't chase that one down. Galea takes the throw to Torre. Galea, Torre, Garcia, and just a little bit heavy with the touch there for Garcia. Lines again making herself available for the throw, makes a good option, but possession goes to Whanua. Another attempted through ball by Whanua. She's just catching the wind and being too big for the pronged attack of Heidelberg United. Lines loses out to Torre. Galea in there, challenging hard again. So coming to the end of this first half, it's Heidelberg United 0, Box Hill United 1. Scrappy game of football. Heidelberg coming more and more into the game after Box Hill threw the kitchen sink at them in the first 15 minutes. Kakazu taken out of the game, and a free kick is awarded for her endeavours against Monica Whanua. Gertz stood over the ball. Lines, Markovsky, Hubbard all made their way forward for this. Picks out Kakazu. And another throw in for Box Hill United. Gertz again. A great battling there by Lines. Gertz to Hubbard. Scrappy, but away by Heidelberg United, only as far as Ellis. But she's coughed up possession. And Sydney Allen has got involved there to change the shape a little bit. But down the right is Vachki, and produces a save from Whanua. Had a lot of space there down that right side. We'll be maybe thinking she could have done a little bit better.
Yeah, Tim, like I was mentioning before, it's quite frustrating, I'd imagine, for both teams at the moment, not being able to ascertain the pressure or gain some momentum through possession. Kakazu here at the edge of the box. Neat combination into the box now. Turned away from goal. Vatchki's movement in support. Numbers in the box for Box Hill. Vatchki left free. You don't want to give her too much time and space. Good shot by Lantieri, blocked. Vatchki busy. Hubbard there in the middle. and resulting in a corner. We can see there if pressure is applied around those 18-yard box, then result, or beg my pardon, it may result in some opportunities for goal. So as we're creeping towards half-time here, Box Hill, opportunity with a corner. Set piece duty again for Kakazu. Grace Norbury picked up a little bit of a knock there in the middle of the park during some of that passage of play. She seems to be okay now. Ball's whipped in. Forceful save by Christine Fanua. Out to Vatchki again. Safri lines out here at the back post. A little bit off the balance and again forced onto a non-dominant foot there and sailed very wide. The pace of this game very slow this afternoon, Tim. As we mentioned earlier, a little bit scrappy, but both teams looking to force down the one side of the park, not really looking to switch the play. Might work out okay for Heidelberg on this occasion, picking up the scraps. Again, Galea 1v1 finds Garcia. Finds herself some... Oh, what an opportunity for Heidelberg. Bridie Siri in the 6-yard box. Find herself in front of her defender, but couldn't turn it goalward.
I think she will be disappointed. It was a terrific cross. Once again, Heidelberg creating opportunities. So often starts with Galea down the right. In that circumstance, Garcia involved as well. And almost Siri's first goal. Here come Box Hill again into the wind. Nicely controlled by Markovsky, and we've said that a few times today. We see Norbury strolling forward. Here's Hubbard. Norbury a long way up the park. And Lyons as well. So Norbury and Lyons seem to be pushing a little bit further up the park. That's a nice ball, a nice flick on by Sydney Allen. Hoofed into clearance by Box Hill United. So, the end of this first half is nigh. Markovsky. Wonderful control by Markovsky. But the ball falls to Heidelberg United. Siri again, causing challenges down that left flank. Very much looking forward to her coming on to this west side of the ground to have a closer look at her as she's attacking down the left flank in the second half. And that's half-time here from Olympic Park in Heidelberg. The score at half-time, Heidelberg United 0, Box Hill United 1. Go put the kettle on and we'll see you in about 15 minutes. know when. Sorry? Yeah, just let me know. Well, good afternoon, viewers, and welcome back to Olympic Park, Heidelberg, for the second half between Heidelberg United and Box Hill United. Box Hill 1-0 up with a first-minute goal. Heidelberg, to maintain their finals push, really need to turn things around a little bit in this second half. Here's Siri, picks out Garcia in the box. It was almost an opportunity, but nicely cleaned up by the Box Hill defence. This will be a corner. No, a goal kick for Box Hill. Lines there doing some strong defending, covering every blade of grass on this park again. I'm here with Kat Smith. What a treat it is to have you here in the salubrious commentary box here at Olympic Park. What are your thoughts for the second half? What are we going to see?
Well, we're talking off air there, Tim, and hopefully see a little bit more quality here this afternoon at Olympic Village. We mentioned throughout the call that it's been very scrappy in that middle third, so looking for either team to really pick up possession in there and maintain it for a period of time that can really exploit the opposition, but yet to see that in the opening minutes of this second term. Surprisingly for me, one of my observations is that Box Hill would come out down the left-hand side often, but we're getting so much joy from Vatke down the right. So something I'll be looking, if I was the head of Box Hill, to exploit, to extend this lead. We see Heidelberg through Torre. Again, like we said, very scrappy through the middle there. Lions looking for Markovsky there, but certainly out of reach. Box Hill, we see this second half will have a little bit more of the wind, so it'll be interesting to see if they adapt to the weight of the pass going forward. Again, Heidelberg looking for Steph Galea down that right-hand side. We know how prominent and dangerous she is down there, and hopefully she's got something in her to bring Heidelberg back today.
Thanks, Kat. We know Heidelberg have got the weapons. It's just, can they fire? Sabre getting involved and winning the ball in the middle of the park. Pretty gentle shot there, which was always going to be collected. Daloste trying to use the wind to move it forward. Markovsky battling in the middle and wins it. Tackled by three players there, but still maintained the possession. Moves it across there to Norbury. Norbury pushes it out left to Gertz again, who has been impressive this afternoon, but that one just runs out for a goal kick. So the long ball forward from Torre. Sydney Allen wins it in the middle of the park. Garcia comes back to get involved. Box Hill come away with it. Kakazu finds lines. Markovsky battling again. Fanua taking the ball away. And Sabre again. That's 3 early involvements for Sabre in the middle of the park. Maybe it's a half for her to really stamp her authority on the game. Box Hill come away with it. Emma Hubbard just over her head. Oh, lovely turn by Siri. Now she's got Gallier right over. Here's Garcia. Maybe the longer crossfield ball was the better option there because Gallier had acres. She had acres there. She could run 1,000 head of cattle in the space she had out there on the right wing, but not picked out this time. Vatchke causing trouble and winning the free kick. Kakazu stood over the dead ball situation again, waiting for the Box Hill runners to move into position on the edge of the penalty area. This will be a tough one to control with the wind behind Kakazu. She's got some tall players to aim at. And the wind's just taken that one as we thought it might. Christine Fanua collects the ball, looks left, looks right. Sydney Allen in a bit of space, but not the choice. Garcia pressures and then is pulled back for that pressure. It's another Box Hill free kick. Minimal pressure there to give up that free kick. Kakazu out to Vatchke again. He loses control this time and that will roll out for a goal kick. So Monica Fanua giving Christine Fanua the option of the shorter goal kick as she's kicking into this big wind. And Christine takes up that. Finds Torre. Box Hill throw. Here comes Markovsky, brings it down nicely on her chest. Tries to go around Fanua, but in this case it has run out for a goal kick again. Fanua finds Turner. Up the wing for Siri. Siri battling again, but lost control. Here's Dakic. Norbury. Vatchke. Markovsky. Lines. Sabre. Goes the long ball. Norbury putting her body on the line and blocking that one. Ultimately leading to a Box Hill United throw-in. Be a terrific 3 points on the road should Box Hill hang on from here. Hubbard, muscled off the ball there by Ellen Turner. Turner. Lantieri to Markovsky, lovely cutback cross, forcing the clearance, leading to another Box Hill corner. Throw in. Lantieri picks out Vachki with the throw, who's made some space again, and this time it will be a corner. Sabre being pulled back to help out the defence. And really no choice, a good block, but leading to another Box Hill corner.
You can see the fourth official just having a chat to Mihaludis there on the sideline. Obviously not starting the second half as he planned, talking to his team in the shed, and quite vocal with his frustration with appealing for a free kick there for some shirt pulling. Again, Box Hill applying some pressure. Turnaround from the first half, where Heidelberg were getting a lot of joy from corners. This one clear, didn't quite go over that first line of defence. Second chance, but the delivery delayed, and great work by Garcia to cause the intercept. Alan Turner feeding Garcia again. But again, as teams try and force down this near side into this channel where there's a lot of numbers, a lot of bodies, does force scrappy football, and in this case, Box Hill have another chance to deliver the ball into the box.
Kakazu with the dead ball again. The wind maybe has just dropped down a little bit, so this one might be a little bit easier to control. Norbury's come up. Christine Fanua brave, and that's a great take by Christine Fanua with a number of Box Hill attackers bearing down on her, eyes only on the ball. Garcia tries to turn, and the free kick given against Garcia. Garcia just suggesting there to the referee that that's the first time she's committed a foul. It doesn't matter if it's the first or the 40th, it's still a foul. Goes the long ball, nicely tied it up. Here's Garcia again, showing a frustration not only by the discussion with the referee, but the way she's so far back to just try and get her foot on the ball. Hubbard, today's goal scorer. Fanua, Markovsky. Wonderful skills again from Markovsky. Vachki, back to Markovsky. Finds Hubbard in an onside position. In comes the cross, and a fantastic opportunity for Lyons, who lays it off, and it goes across the face of the goal. Good heavens, that was nearly 2-0 and a beautifully constructed attack by Box Hill United. Fair to say, not the match I was expecting.
No, not at all. I think with Heidelberg having Olympic Park here a fortress usually, and you can see that last week they went down early to NTC, but clawed back in that I think it was an 8-goal thriller. But Box Hill there looking to switch the play. They found the free player in the box. Unfortunately, off target was the result of the shot to follow. Heidelberg now through Turner. Dispute as to whose ball it is. Linesman gives the thumbs up to the central referee. Correct decision. Box Hill with the throw. Again, no real look either way to switch the play. Box Hill forced down that central corridor. Kukazu mopping up in that traditional 6 position there. Screening in front of her back 4. Galea down this right-hand side. crossover hit, and he's going to run out for a Box Hill throw-in.
Feels a while since we were down that end of the park. The coach, the Heidelberg United coach, showing his frustration with his players, with the referee, with life in general at this stage, but I'm sure things will pick up. The fourth official in no great hurry to collect the ball for the throw-in. He's had a busy afternoon. Here they come again. Lantieri with the throw. Picks out Markovsky. Back to Lantieri. And I think that's Garcia who's gone down. And I think she's in a bit of pain there. It was one of those, it wasn't a foul. It was nothing intentional. Wrong angle, wrong pace. And I think she's in a fair bit of pain there from what was said as she went down. So a chance for some of the players take on some fluids. And for Heidelberg United, reassess where they're at. What can they do to get things going here?
Points becoming quite vital here for Heidelberg. Alamein down at Galaxy this afternoon, holding a 3-0 lead at this particular point in time. So leaving the ladder with Calder to play Bulleen on Monday night. Calder 21 points, South Melbourne 19 after their performance yesterday. Bulleen 15, Heidelberg 15 points. Very nice to be able to pick up points and jump over Bulleen in the interim before they play on Monday night, pending that result against Calder. Heidelberg, as I said, 15 points. Alamein 13. Could potentially jump over Heidelberg at the end of today's proceedings if they pick up the points down at Galaxy. There to take them to 16. Bayside 9, having fallen 3-2 it was to South, as we mentioned at the start of our commentary. Box Hill equal on 9 points with Bayside there. They'd be looking to stay in touch, like I said earlier, with the top 4, even though we spoke about it being early on, only round 8. It's always good as teams play each other 3 times to start racking up that advantage, psychological advantage, if you will, against teams as they go through rounds 2 and 3. NTC and Southern at the base of the ladder early on. Southern, unfortunately, copping some big deficits in regards to the results. A team that's going through some troubling times, but it's so good to see that young players are still coming out, putting on the jersey and running around week in, week out. NTC, we know they're a young bunch, under 17, capped National Development Centre there, so as they start developing both in football intellect and body maturity, we would like to see a couple of those players kick on. Markovsky there returning the ball to Heidelberg. Players retake the field. Garcia here on the sideline just taking in some fluids. She seems to be okay, and we'll wait for the referee's signal to rejoin play. Meanwhile, Allen in the middle. Searching ball to Galea, cut off by the Box Hill defence. Again to no avail. Heidelberg again picking up the ball in that middle third. Galea searching ball again. Good combination. Box Hill defenders coming across to shut that out. Throw in. And I wonder how many coaches actually work on throw-ins as set pieces, certainly when they have the opportunity in the front third.
Well, they certainly do. Stoke City and Rory Delap were the classic example. They got a couple of seasons in the Premier League based on his throw-ins, so it is an increasing aspect of the game. So Siri pulled over to the right. Moving into the middle of the park. Through ball for Garcia. She won't quite get there. Daloste could have possibly let that go, but wasn't taking any chances. Great to see Garcia back out there. She seems to have run that knock off, which is terrific. Here's Hubbard, but she's all on her own. There's no one in the middle. Fanua. Saber. Uses her strength, but it's come out to Vachki. Vachki still. Kakazu. Fanua plays it out to Turner. And here come Box Hill again. Emma Hubbard, today's goal scorer. Sydney Allen for Heidelberg United. Finds Galea. She's got Garcia in front of her. And in this case, Olivia Ellis just decides, we'll put that out and get ourselves sorted at the back. Sydney Allen using her body to turn around and winning the free kick. Substitution coming up for Heidelberg United. Oh. We're going to see Daniela Galluccio coming on. Liven things up a little bit. So here comes the dead ball. Let's see what the magic feet of Sydney Allen can do. She can put it at anywhere. And that's another terrific one. There's all sorts of pressure. Cleared away by Vachki. More with fortune than anything. And Fanua does well to stop the Box Hill counter-attack. Box Hill win the throw-in. Into the middle of the park with Lyons. Lyons finds Hubbard. She's got Vachki out on the left. The ball's come back. Over the top ball looking for Markovski, and it's difficult with that wind. It's a bit of keepy-uppy, and there's a dig there from Sarah Lyons. Christine Fanua, as always, though, up to that sort of tentative or speculative shot from a long way outside the box. Goes long. Looking for Galea, not finding her this time. Lyons pushes it back to Ellis. He plays the ball forward for Hubbard. Cleared by Heidelberg United. Lyons rewarded with her run towards the ball by the throwing being received, and shows some skills to beat a couple of Heidelberg United players. But inside does give away the foul, meaning Heidelberg can regroup. I'd like to see a bit more of a sense of urgency from the Heidelberg United players. You're 1-0 down. You've got the last of the 4 final spots. Where's the hell for leather?
Yeah, you can see Heidelberg just made that change there. I think it was Ella Turner. We can confirm that came off there for Galluccio, now playing in that left-back position. Holly Balderston looks to be warming up. Provide a little bit more firepower in that front third, or at least attacking for Heidelberg. Applying pressure to Box Hill. Loose ball. Referee calls fair challenge. The touch there for Steph just to avert that Box Hill defender, too heavy. But again, I think the only player out there on Heidelberg's list that are really threatening. No disrespect to any of the other players out there, but as a captain, we'd expect that. She's the one that really stands up week in, week out. So no doubt she's getting in the ear of all of our teammates to really lift in this particular match, where it does set them up quite nicely after 8 rounds to stay in touch for that top 4, as we've already mentioned. As she's done many a times in this game, Markovsky picking up that loose ball. Unfortunately can't find Vatchki. But her second effort, a delight to see. Enough to stop that promising attack from Heidelberg. Referee puts a stop to that. With the whistle, Galuccio over the ball. But again, seeing no urgency to get on with it or at least get players forward into the box again. I agree with you there, Tim. You really want to put Box Hill under some pressure here and create something early on in this second half.
You're right, Kat. You've penciled in 3 points for this game as a finals team. You're at home against the bottom half side. And there's an element of someone else will do it at the moment with Heidelberg United. Each individual looks like someone else will do it. Good to see Galuccio getting involved, though. She can make a difference. And here's a player who certainly can make a difference, Holly Balderston. So she's replacing Siri. And we know Balderston can be a menace up front. So time to change things. Sydney Allen on the left, 3 players around her, does beautifully and finds Balderston. There's her first touch of the game. Goes to Garcia. Garcia tries the outside of the boot. Just didn't quite pull it off that time. And the goal kick goes coast to coast, so Heidelberg United will have possession again. So Box Hill United content to build up slowly, and why wouldn't they be? They've got the advantage. We're into the last half an hour of the game now. Here's Dakic. Cleaned up by Fanua. Oh, and that's a terrific through ball for Balderston, if she can get there. Oh, good defending. Terrific defending by Lantieri. But that was a little bit more forward thinking and insightful, and Balderston very nearly on the end of that, and we know the trouble she can cause from those positions.
Just what we were calling for, Tim, was some urgency from Heidelberg to really put Box Hill under pressure. Now, if they need to be awake to that particular challenge from Heidelberg now, and could be enough to turn the game. Markovsky has done well to hold that down. 1-on-1. Good combination with Hubbard. Good defending there from Ali Torre-Averts, resulting in another corner. See if this wind has any impact of the delivery and what havoc that plays for Christine Fanura as the goalkeeper. You see there she's put on the cap this second half. The sun has gone behind a cloud, you'd say, for this moment in time. Heidelberg, 2 players on the posts. Zonal markers across the 6 there. Hubbard marked in the middle. Markovsky. Searching ball for Garcia. Kalia again, finding plenty of the ball in this second half.
Here's Balderston coming down the left. She's got Sydney Allen just inside her. Plays the 1-2 with Allen, and Balderston's making all the difference. Tries to put the simple cross in there, but Box Hill cleared it away with some desperation. Balderston's made a difference since she's come on. And here comes Sabre. ricochets off Sydney Allen's legs. There wasn't a lot she could do about that, which ultimately has led to Box Hill possession and their attack. Vachki working tirelessly down that right wing. Here's Kakazu. Finds Markovsky. Back to Kakazu. Kakazu again. Oh, and Melissa Garcia picks it up. Now, takes the time. Pushes it back to Torre. Torre, Garcia. Galea. But Box Hill good enough to stop the attack in its infancy and slow down the game a little bit. Lovely turn there by Norbury, who's impressed me this afternoon. There's Sabre, picks out Garcia. She's not got a lot in the middle at this stage, so she holds the ball up. Balderston makes the run into the back post, but the cross is just a little bit slicey and into the side netting. Another good run by Garcia, and Balderston making herself available at that back post. Kakazu. A little chip pass there. Doesn't come off. Sydney Allen tries to pick out Melissa Garcia. Too much heat on that one. Too many wheat bix this morning. Emma Hubbard optimistically jumped for that ball. Sabre gives up possession. Here comes Markovsky inside the box, causing more trouble. Kakazu wins the ball in the middle. At Galea on the right. Balderston getting involved again. Here comes Sabre. Nicely done by Galuccio. More instructions for the referee from the Heidelberg United coach. Here's Sabre again, who's had more of an influence in this second half, putting a foot on the ball in the middle. There's Fanua. Puts it out into touch just to check Sabre's okay. I think there was a little bit of a knock there, but nothing too serious. Fanua erring on the side of caution. So I think we've got about 15 minutes remaining in this second half. Do Heidelberg get back in it?
If they do, Tim, I'm not sure where it's going to come from, to be honest. Despite some earlier chances in the game, it's really been uneventful, unfortunately. We've spoken many a time how scrappy it is, but despite the efforts of Melissa Garcia and Holly Balderston and the likes of Steph Galea, Della Coste hasn't really had a lot to do this afternoon. So that being said, never know, commentator's curse. One of those three might peg one back for Heidelberg, but at this point it's just kick and chase at the moment.
So throw in for Heidelberg United, minimum is a draw from this game. A point's not a pass, but I reckon they'd take one right now. Sydney Allen wins it in the air, finds Balderston, puts it across into the middle of the park, and it's broken free for Garcia, who swings her magic right foot at it, only to see it go over the top. That right boot that is normally sprinkled with fairy dust at this time on a Sunday afternoon, this time it didn't come to fruition. Box Hill moving forward, tries to pick out Markovsky. Fanua read the run very well and blocked that channel beautifully, leading to Heidelberg United throwing another chance to get forward and try and do something. Vachki brought down as she's going up the right wing. Are we not going to see the first booking of the game? We've not seen a booking yet this afternoon. Kakazu stood over the dead ball, looking to see what she can produce with this cross. She'll be trying to pick out Markovsky as she did from the very similar position earlier in the match. Vachki's just being checked. Here's the cross, and it's not a bad one at all. And bodies, Heidelberg United players crowding around the 6-yard box and almost fighting it with one another for the ball and opening it up for Box Hill. As it turns out, they did manage to get the ball away. It will be a Box Hill throw-in. Lantieri picks out Hubbard. Hubbard again, battling hard, as is Markovsky. Forced to Balderston. Vachki again. Seems to have recovered quite quickly. Dakic challenging hard there in the middle of the park and ultimately winning the throw-in. Lantieri, the throw-in specialist, will be held up to allow Caitlin Story to join the fray. And is this looking for the killer blow, or is this trying to shore things up?
Seemingly like-for-like change there. Hubbard off the goal scorer from the first minute. Caitlin Story coming on. Perhaps to provide a little bit more energy in Box Hill's front third there to stop any build-up play from Heidelberg. But at this point in the game, I dare say that Heidelberg will just go long and route one from now on, but have to face this corner until they can do so. Markovsky looking for it short. Denied. Deep ball. Dakic at the back post. Great contact. Off target and cleared away by Heidelberg. Race is on. Oh. How's that? Opportunity on goal. Great contact from the header, and then the effort to chase down Sydney Allen there to win the ball back. Brilliant.
Yeah, terrific commitment to the cause. Galea out-muscled there. Box Hill trying to kill this one off. Sydney Allen doing her work in the middle of the park and winning a throw-in for Heidelberg United. And they're all surging forward now. Suddenly there's a sense of urgency. I don't know where it's come from. Robe is finding herself a lot further forward than she's been for the majority of this game. Box Hill throw-in. Norbury, Markovsky. For a tall player, has terrific close footwork, Markovsky. Oftentimes we're seeing a big 2 or 3 players around the ball with deft little touches. And now the sense of urgency is being shown by Heidelberg United. It's clicked in that they've got 10 minutes to go to get something out of this game, a game they would have anticipated winning. And hat off to Box Hill for that. And what a chase down by Vachki, but she can't quite keep it in. Can't quite keep it in. Galuccio with the throw-in. Finds Garcia, a deft touch to Sydney Allen. Garcia, Allen gets past Kakazu. There's going to be an opportunity to get the cross in. They're queuing up in the middle. Oh, well defended there by Olivia Ellis, leading to the Heidelberg United corner. Emma Langley coming on. She'll be replacing Stephanie Galea. Just another fresh pair of legs. Something's got to give here. Sydney Allen with the corner. We've got Holly Balderston in the middle there. Garcia. Langley's gone straight up to attack this corner, and it's a good-looking corner. A Box Hill head gets it away, and there's a clearance, but good battling. Wins it back for Heidelberg United, but unfortunately out of play from Robers in that instance. Box Hill not rushing to get this throw in. Robers caused enough trouble there to give Galuccio the throw-in. Sydney Allen out-muscled by 2 Box Hill players, but Heidelberg United once again have the opportunity to move it forward. Galuccio with the ball in hand, trying to look for an option in the middle of the park there. Galuccio comes back to Galuccio, ball in hand again, keeping on. Langley involved there. Fanua to Fanua. Torre keeps it in nicely. So we're seeing some pressure now from Heidelberg United. The ball out on the right wing. Finds Torre. Here's the cross. Langley just outside. Balderston just wouldn't fall for either of them. 21 players stopped for a handball then, but one didn't because the referee didn't blow for it. Heidelberg United coming more and more into the game. Box Hill deciding to make another substitution. I think it might be Markovsky coming off, who I think has had a terrific game, and Adeline Ayton to come on. We're also going to see Samantha Black come on for Heidelberg United in the hope of firing them up. Kikazu. Markovsky, Kikazu. Puts the cross in and wins the corner. So we're going to see substitutions now from both teams. We are seeing Adeline Ayton come on for Maya Markovsky, I think. And Samantha Black is coming on for Sabre, who's had a good second half for Phil Sabre. Time to put the feet up and start doing the prep for the Married at First Sight finale tonight.
Not really going to comment on maths at the moment, but Addie, straight into the action now, and a quick shout out to her sister Holly, who I work with. Poor corner delivery, doesn't really see action in the box there. So, Holly, if you're watching it, listening, hello. We do hope that Addie can get on the score sheet this afternoon. But this time, Heidelberg searching ball forward. Lantaria, a name we've called out a few times to stop the Heidelberg attack. Caitlin Story, fresh legs. Galuccio, another substitute in this second half. Norbury, good positioning. Rushed ball into the box there. Christine Fanua, as we mentioned earlier, looking route one now. Time running out for Heidelberg to find this equaliser. Lantieri again. And as you would, taking your time before taking this throw-in. Clock ticking over, I'd say only 3 minutes. Looks like the fourth official is looking at the ref. I think we'll see there's 4 additional minutes to be played this afternoon. Things really slowing down now. Box Hill taking their time to get the ball back in play. We spoke about this at halftime or just before the second half, how scrappy it was and what we wanted to see from this game. Tim, do you think we've actually seen it this second half?
I think it's been a better half of football. Not necessarily one for the ages, but it's an exciting, and that's the beauty of our game, isn't it? Because it might not be a terrific game, but how exciting is this 4 minutes of additional time going to be? Box Hill to secure a terrific away victory that no one would have predicted, and Heidelberg United desperate for at least a point to keep their finals position. Hoofed forward there, looking for Addie Ayton. Holly play football as well, Kat?
She does, yes, but if ever you need a equipment manager, she is the number one going around. She does some fantastic work with the under-17 junior Matildas. Has everything down to a fine art, that woman. So I know the players and the remaining staff are very, very grateful for her efforts, and just a fantastic human being.
I'll bear that in mind if I do ever need an equipment manager. Thank you for that insight. So Fanua just needs to get this up the park. Does nicely to find Garcia, but who can't control. And it's a Box Hill throw-in. Once again, not a huge sense of urgency around this throw-in. 4 minutes of additional time seems about right to me. A few substitutions and a couple of injuries. Norbury can't quite get boot to ball there. Fanua picks out Samantha Black. Inside to Galuccio. Torre. Fanua. A long way up the park. Torre with the reasonably quick and, more importantly, accurate throw, and Balderston's in space in the middle, but beautifully come out and collected. Nice ball into the box, but well anticipated by Dell'Oste. Christine Fanua collects, and Heidelberg attempt to build again. The long goal kick. Lantieri. Sorry, here's Vachki. Really looking to kill this game off. And here's a final substitution. It's Aaron Kite coming on for Box Hill. Replacing Norbury. Samantha Black fails to control that, and they're errors that Heidelberg United really can't afford in this additional time here at the Olympic Village here in Heidelberg. Lantieri pushes it forward. Sydney Allen collects, takes time, looks up, plays a good ball through to Fanua. She's got Balderson on her left. Langley in space, picked out, and a wonderful turn. She's got options left, right, but not centre. And it turns out centre was the channel she selected. Box Hill United holding the ball and holding 3 points. Oh, I think there were a couple of the Box Hill girls there thought that was the final whistle, but it's not. It's a free kick in favour of Heidelberg United. It's the last chance motel. Can Box Hill hold on? Well, they've shown everything that everything they've shown makes me think they're capable of holding on. There's no reason to believe not. Lovely little movement there from Ayton. Wins the free kick and, more importantly, holds the possession. Sorry, wins the throw-in. Keeps possession. So the referee deciding there that Mia Lantieri's shoelaces were actually tight enough already and encouraging her to make the throw-in.
Just on that, it's down to Box Hill to really manage this game, and there they have it. They've done it. Vital 3 points away from home. You can see by the players' reactions they are stoked with the result. I wouldn't say too much the performance today, but at the end of the day, 3 points is all that matters.
Absolutely right, Kat. It was a great finish by Emma Hubbard in the first minute of the match. It feels like quite a long time ago now, but they've Box Hill have earned those 3 points. They'll have come here. They'll have thought about what can they do to Heidelberg United, who are flying, who really pushed Calder a fortnight ago, and they've executed their plan and come away with 3 points. Kat, final thoughts on the game, and where do you see the next couple of weeks for these two teams?
I guess on this performance alone, I think neither team really put together any passes above 4 or 5, to be honest. So, whether that comes down to the individual technical ability of the players, probably more so the positioning and the understanding of a couple of of players' individual roles to actually allow that to happen. I wonder if the effect of now playing midweek games really tests the depth of these teams. Hard-fought games where, coaches don't have the opportunity to pull maybe some of their stars off the pitch early and rest them for the weekend's round. But more on, I guess, the particular aspects of football. Both teams will be looking to maintain more possession when they have the ball. I think it was too easily given away, and in doing so they really limited their chances.
Thanks, Kat, and thanks for your insight this afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure covering this game here with you. My name's Tim Buchanan. Thank you for watching. Final score here, Heidelberg United 0, Box Hill United 1.